Today I'm going to find myself in a very interesting place. This is the manufacturing facility of Volkswagen in Chakan, Pune. And it's one of the largest plants in India today, and that's principally because Volkswagen has invested a lot in the Indian market. Now, they've got a fantastic product lineup for the Indian consumer, but we're also very interested in knowing and understanding what are their plans for the future as well. And to share some of those details, I've got a very interesting person who needs little introduction, Mr. Arvind Saxena, the MD of Volkswagen. Mr. Saxena, Volkswagen has had a fairly trying and tough time in 2013. How has the market and what's your opinion of the entire market been for 2013, first of all?
The market continues to be very challenging. In fact, this is for the first time that I'm seeing for the 12 months the market has been declining. So I don't think one has experienced such a long period of negative market in the past.
Well, came in with a very strong product portfolio, started from the top-down order, and going forward, again, how do you, let's assess the year before this, 2011, 2012. Where, in your opinion, was Volkswagen then? And then let's come back to 2013 and what Volkswagen is doing now.
I think not just 1 year, but if you really look at how Volkswagen started, very importantly, if you notice, Volkswagen was among the last entrant to this market. So we really had to catch up with the time that one really lost entering into this market, and I think Volkswagen had one of the most astonishing entry into this market. I think we really ramped up the whole business very, very well. Just to give you some figures, I mean, we almost got into 100 dealers in about 4 years' time, and we almost touched a figure of 60, 70,000 cars in about 4 years. I don't think anybody in the past has had such a strong numbers achieved in such a short time. And at the same time, what we were really fighting was on the brand awareness. And I think with the very, very remarkable campaigns that Volkswagen did, people did notice Volkswagen very, very quickly than anybody else in the past. Because really managing business at that kind of growth and then making sure that your network, your people, they follow the similar processes in order to satisfy the customers, I think is very, very challenging.
What about the future? Where do you think is Volkswagen going to lead? How is Volkswagen going to lead in the future? You definitely have intentions of being a much bigger player in the Indian market. How do you think you'll be able to achieve those targets and ambitions?
See, it is, I would say, first and foremost for me today is, and what we are trying to do for the last couple of months, is to focus on our processes and our dealerships. Because frankly, you would agree that it's not just a new product which will bring in success for you. Unless your network is ready and capable to serve your customers and your products, it won't work. So I think important thing would be to make our network ready for anything in the future, and then come up with something which we need to, service the market with a new product.
Would this have anything to do with the top-down approach that most manufacturers that have come in the market? You've launched the premium segment cars first, and effectively you've created an atmosphere, or you created this impression of being a premium player initially. In the case of Volkswagen, it's with the Passat and with the Jetta. Eventually, when you come down to your more bread and butter market segments, where the Polo and the Vento exist, does this then become a challenge? People are expecting the levels of service or experience compared to what a Passat or a Jetta owner would have. Is that an issue?
I not entirely agree with that, but I would say that today customers are far more aware than what they were, let's say, 10 years back. Today when customer go, and especially let's say our kind of customer who buy in Volkswagen brand, is far more aware in terms of technologies, in terms of what the brand means and what it stands for. So I think that sets in his expectation with us. They really read about it. I mean, what Volkswagen is and what is so different in Volkswagen which is not there in others. Whether in terms of quality, whether in the production processes, whether in terms of technology. So I think that is what sets his expectation. I won't say entirely based on because of top down, so we are keeping that expectation, because frankly, customer who's buying Polo is no way looking at Passat for that point of time, at least for the time being. Maybe after a few years he would look at Passat or Jetta.
So let me come back now to the future again. And you had a great beginning when you came in 4 years ago. 2013, of course, has been challenging. 2014, 15, 16. What are the kind of segments that you see Volkswagen existing into, and how do you see Volkswagen diversifying itself into various segments?
See, on specific products, I may not make a comment, but we are noticing what segments are coming up in this market. I mean, frankly, if you look at last 2 years, a sub 4 meter sedan and let's say SUV is something which is really making a big impact on the overall volume. So today, even if the market is down, I think the growth on these two segments is far higher. So we are really studying that. Uh, so it would be at an appropriate time that one would really look at how we could really cover or expand our penetration in the market.
We've also heard a lot of speculation about the Tiguan and the Tiguan as well. We've driven the car recently on the OVERDRIVE as well. Quite a lot of promise in those products. And do you think that would be a successful segment for Volkswagen, for a player like Volkswagen to play in?
See, I won't say, and I won't really back only on a product introduction for a success in this market, because then it would be very short-lived. So we really need to be fundamentally very, very strong and fundamentally very clear how we are approaching that market with the segment and also through network. So I put actually more emphasis on the network than entirely on product, because if my network is strong and they are very clear how to handle the each product, I think we can make a bigger success, because there are people which you have seen, the number of launches have happened but they have not succeeded. So product-led success would be very short-lived, because novelty would get over in about 6 or 8 months. But if you have fundamentally strong processes, fundamentally strong approach at the dealership, I think that will last much longer.
Mr. Saxena, another interesting question that I have for you is, you're a legend where you've come from. You've created some certain practice and processes in the industry with your past at Hyundai as well. You've helped them become the number 2 player in the Indian market today. Coming from Hyundai, which is a volumes player, to Volkswagen, what are the differences been in the way both of these approach they approach the business?
I think the companies, they inherit their approach from the parent company, frankly. I don't think, but Volkswagen, for that matter, is a far, far bigger organization, and I think they have a big ambition in the world today to be a very, very significant player in a couple of years. So I think there is a different approach, an approach which is very much led, I would say, on technology, on safety, on things which we really offer anywhere in the world. And I think that is what is quite different. While some of the manufacturer would find products which could be, let's say, same product could be different in India and also abroad. But I think Volkswagen is still trying to get something what is there any part of the world. And I think that is a big, big difference in the approach, I would say, for Toyota. And secondly, I think we are not compromising in terms of technology. We are still trying to bring in the latest and the best in this market. So there are, I think, pluses and minuses, but I think in the long run, I would say that Volkswagen would come out as a very, very strong player in this market.
Thank you, Mr. Saxena. I think you had some wonderful insights on what Volkswagen is up to in this year and in the future as well. And well, we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Hope you have a fantastic innings here at Volkswagen as well.